Today we're taking a closer look at the newest kit on the block from Tynee, the Tynee Stinger LE. What does LE stand for? Light Edition. Here it is here right behind me next to the original. The OG is the one with the orange wheels. I've put them on. I like a slightly smaller wheel. Why did they do it? What does it do? And is it worth considering for your next electric skateboard purchase? Really quickly before we go ride though, what are the main differences between the original Stinger and the LE Stinger? Well, the first big one is the battery. They both have Molicel P42A cells, but the LE has a 13S 2P pack, so that's 26 cells, whereas the original has the 12S 3P, which is 36 cells. So there's a bit of range difference there, obviously weight difference. The LE actually has a 54.6 volt system, whereas this one is a 50.4 volt system. The battery size, the LE is 393 watt hours. This one is 544 watt hours, so a lot more range on this one, like a lot more range. But again, it all comes down to weight. What else? The motors. This one has dual 1500 watt motors. This one has dual 3000 watt motors. So again, light edition, this one is definitely going to weigh less, but it is going to have a little bit less power as well. As far as the ESCs, they're both running Hobbywing 7th generation. This one is running 80 amps. I do not know what this one is running, but I know it's not 80 amps. The hill climbability, this one says 35, this one says 50. I think 50 is a bit of a over-exaggeration, but it would be really close. This one definitely has a little bit less power. The original one comes in at 11.8 kilos. I think it's 26 pounds. This one, the LE, the Stinger LE, comes in at 9.7 kilos. That's 21 pounds. So that's a really big difference when we're talking midi boards. But with all those specs, all those changes, does the Stinger LE still have the magic of the original Stinger? Let's take it for a ride and let's find out. Before we get too far into the video though, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Scott Davies. I love to review electric skateboards, personal electric vehicles, and tech that's relevant or matters to you. So if you enjoy this type of thing, make sure you're subscribed. And if you enjoy this content, if you find it entertaining or useful, make sure you hit that like button as well. And don't forget, if you're gonna buy any Tynee board, please feel free to use my affiliate code, ScottD. It will give you, I believe it's the best discount available, and it helps to support this channel. So if you choose to use it, thank you very much. All right, first things first, it is definitely the same deck, and I really do enjoy this one. Super carvy, really grippy, beautiful foot placement, and just that really nice padded grip tape makes the Stinger and the Stinger LE a pleasure to stand on. You can really use your heel and toes. It's got that wheelbase with those wheels stuck right out the front, so you can just have a really nice fun carve on it. This is a little bit lower than the original Stinger. I'm thinking because it's got those 90mm wheels versus the 105s on it, they have put a little bit or a few less riser pads in it. That's a good thing. So another comment I saw a few times was, it looks quite high. Well, it was high, but that's the type of board the original Stinger is. Woo! Man, we are sitting on 40 and it's stable. Just keep an eye on traffic. It's a little bit busy here in the mornings. Okay, brakes are pretty good. That wasn't a hard brake, but the brakes do work well, and you'd expect them to. That 7th generation paired with the 90mm wheels, it should brake and accelerate quite nicely. Now those 1500 watt motors, there's definitely a difference. This is not as powerful as the original Stinger, but it does still have comparable power to most other mini or mid boards out there. The Stinger was always in a league of its own, with crazy power, crazy torque, crazy hill climbability. This LE is really on par with other boards, but you still get that great Stinger look. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, let's see. A little bit bumpy along here for 90mm wheels. All right, so this thing handles, it feels the same, I must say. It feels the same as the original Stinger, just not as powerful. Something else I noticed, the Stinger LE, and maybe the Stinger has this now, maybe mine was early, has this really nice shaped nose guard. It's gonna save that nose so well if you accidentally hit that accelerator, it runs into a wall. It's gonna take a lot of shock out of that and not go through the deck. Something else we need to talk about, the holes, they seem to be a lot nicer cut. Again, this could be mine, it was the early model, but these holes are definitely more pronounced and everything sits a lot flusher and a lot cleaner. As far as the wheels, the 90mm wheels, they feel great. Tynee's sort of new design they're putting on these and on their big soft wheels. These are 78 durometer, 90mm, and a nice contact patch, 62mm contact patch. So they're nice and grippy, they're not too slidey. They are street wheels, so don't expect like a pneumatic ride. On corrugations like where we are here, you can feel them. But again, that's the point, right? It's a mini, it's a mid-board. It's about getting as close as you can to skateboarding without needing to push.
It's gonna be hard, but you can take it. Want you to cry, then you will take it. Give it a beat and you will shake it. The finish line and you'll make it. Don't you let it get you down. Just keep getting up when you hit the ground. Don't you let it get you down. Just keep getting up when you hit the ground. Gotta be real with it. Never give up, never give up.
All right, so how does it carve? It carves really, really nicely. Again, being a slightly lighter board, it doesn't have that same, how do I describe it? Planted feeling, like with the original Stinger. It feels really planted, even though it's a little bit higher because you've got that extra couple of kilos below the board. This carves really, really well. Now I saw Daniel Kwan's video where he reviewed the LE. He didn't review the original Stinger, and I was really surprised. I was a little confused because he was talking about how it didn't carve that freely. His general message was it didn't carve that well considering it was double kingpin. I think this does. I think it comes down to weight. Daniel's much, much smaller than me. I'm probably almost twice his size. I'm 100 kilos. This carves really nice straight out of the box. If you are a lighter rider, go watch Daniel's video for some really good tips on how to get the most out of this board, because this board it deserves to be carved hard. It is, look at it. It looks like it's going 60 miles an hour standing still. So how does it go on a long incline? Well, again, it goes great. Those 1500 motors do a good job. They're not the 3000 watt motors from the original Stinger, but they do a really nice job. They climb without any hesitation, and let's go check the temperature, and they're not that hot. This is a very, very good board. And I think if you were considering any mini board and you're on a budget, this would have to be at the top of your list. That big battery for a mini board, the super comfortable deck, the double kingpins with those cupped washers for stability, the general look of it, the fact that it looks like nothing else. Geez, that truck gave me a fright. The fact that it looks like nothing else is just such a big positive. You know, these guys have not copied anybody. They've gone, how can we make a board? How can we make it look individual? How can we make it look cool? How can we make it perform top of its class? And that's exactly what they've done. And now they've brought in a light version, which is just, it makes sense, right? wrap for this video. The Tynee Stinger LE is just another stellar board in the Tynee lineup. It makes sense, this board. It's not like they've just released it for the sake of it. The additional weight saving, the cost saving, it just makes sense because the Stinger, I think, I hope everyone can enjoy this type of ride at some point in their life. And I admit the original Stinger, unless you're a rider like myself, it is on the heavier side, but that's the payoff for range and power. If you don't need that type of range, if you don't need that much power, and I should say the original Stinger still scares me in the top speed mode, but if you don't need all that, then this is the perfect choice for a mini/midi board because it's so comfortable to ride. It really is. Tynee has done a fantastic job. I love the addition of the nose protector on it. Woo-hoo-hoo. I love the addition of the nose protector. I really like their choice of 62mm contact patch wheels, 90mm 78A durometer. I like the fact they stuck with Molicels. I like the configuration, 26 cell pack there, or there's a 12S3P. And I love the price range and the weight because it's going to make this board a lot more accessible to a lot more people. But that's the end, guys and girls. Thank you so much for watching as always. Don't forget, skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.
It's gonna be hard, but you can take it. Want you to cry, then you will take it. Give it a beat and you will shake it. The finish line and you'll make it. Don't you let it get you down. Just keep getting up when you hit the ground. Don't you let it get you down. Just keep getting up when you hit the ground. Gotta be real with it. Never give up, never give up.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?